Hello everyone, welcome to another session on machine learning and data science. This is my new logo. I hope you like it on the top right corner. And this session is prerequisite session number 4, where we'll be working with lists in Python. So without much delay, let's jump into the topic. Before we start with the technical details and understanding of how to work on lists, in case you need to have a clear understanding about variables, please refer to my previous session on machine learning and data science, the session number 3, the link of which is provided in this video's description. In case of any questions, please do leave a comment and I will respond to you as soon as I can. Thank you so much. So let's start working with lists. In this session, we will learn about various functions such as append, such as extend, insert, pop, remove, sort, etc. The list of items that I'm going to cover in this session are visible on the screen. So let's go ahead and start learning about each of these functions. So the first one that we are going to learn about is append. So without much delay, let's jump onto our SPIDER IDE. Now consider a list X which has 4 elements 1, 2, 3 and 4. In order to add a fifth element to X at the end of the list, the function that I'm going to use and show you as a sample is append. So I can do it as X dot append 5. Now when I print this list, okay, so before appending the value of 5, the print X will list me out only values 1, 2, 3 and 4. But once I append the value of 5 and execute, the list will also include the new value 5, which is part of the list X. So let's go ahead and execute this. Upon executing, you can see the first print has returned me the list of 1, 2, 3 and 4, and the append which is present on line 9 here added the fifth element number 5 to the list, and that particular list has become 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So this is how your append function works. So let's move on to the next function. The next function that we are going to learn is insert. In your append function, you have seen that already the append adds the value at the end of the list. This can be very useful in cases where you don't know the length of the list and you need to add something at the end of the list. Now the other function that I was talking about is an insert. Insert gives you the ability to insert a particular value at any location of the list. So one example is, if I say X dot insert, it needs 2 parameters. Insert always requires 2 parameters. If you just give one single parameter, say if you just give it as insert 8, then this particular insert which is there, it will give out an error. Let me show you that. So you can see the insert has generated an error. It requires two arguments. The first argument that an insert requires is an index. So here the index in Python starts from 0. So the position of 1 is 0, the position of 2 is 1, position of 3 is 2, position of 4 is 3 and position of 5 is 4. Now when I do index, when I give an index 0 and insert a new number called 6, now let's see what happens. I say print X. So I'm saying that the index 0 means at the first position go ahead and insert a value called 6. Now when I execute this particular query, you can see first the list was 1, 2, 3, 4. After the append it had become 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now that I have performed the insert, the value 6 is added to the beginning of the list, and 6 takes the index value of 0, 1 will take value 1, 2 will take 2, 3 will take 3, 4 will take 4, 5 will take 5. Now I can also add anywhere between the list. So here if I suppose I want to add a number between 2 and 3, so I say 6, 1, 2, that is 0, index 1, index 2, and here I can add it as an index 3 position. So when I do X dot insert 3 comma 7. Now let's see what happens when I print x. So let's focus on the last value. Okay, so when I press run, so you can see in the third position the value 7 is inserted. So first it was 1 2 3 4. I did an append function of 5, so it added at the end of the list. I said insert 6 at 0 position, so it added 6 at the initial part of the list. And when I said in position number 3, that is 0 1 2, this is the third position, so 7 should come here and 3 should be pushed to the right. So here you can see between 2 and 3 the new value 7 is inserted. So this is how you use an insert function. Now sometimes you come across a situation in your day-to-day work where you don't know the exact position of where a particular value is. Hence you don't know where to insert the value. Suppose you come across that particular situation, it becomes important for you to find the index value. So I can say to find the index I will use a function called as x dot index. Suppose if I want to find the index of the value 4, so I'll say x dot index 4, and when I do print of this x dot index 4 and execute it, you can see it gives me the correct position of where the 4 is. So here at 0 we have 6, at 1 we have 1, at 2 we have 2, at 3 we have 7, at 4 we have 3, and in the fifth position we have in the fifth position we have the value 4. So when I search for the value 4's index position, the print value has returned 5. Now this index value can be used in many ways in the insert. One way to use it is declare a variable y equal to x dot index 4, okay, and say x dot insert, let's insert the value at the index y, the value y, insert the value 8. Okay, so here in the fifth position where you have 4, the next time when I do a print you should see an 8, and 4 should move to the 6th value and 5 should move to the 7th value. So let me just go ahead and print the value of x. So let's see how this one looks like. So I've done execute. So this is indicating that the value 4 is at position 5. So it went ahead and insert that value 8 at the fifth position, and that's how you can use the index value obtained in your insert queries to actually insert value in a particular location. Sometimes declaring too many variables is also not a good thing. So the same query you can write it differently. Let me show you. I'll just remove this y is equal to x dot index 4, and here instead of y I'll put x dot index of 4. So when I do this, what it will do, first it will find the index 4 location, that is position 5, and there it will insert a value. So let me just go ahead and execute. So I'm resetting my queue, right? So I'm just going to execute once again, and you will see there will not be any difference in the result set. So if you see here, the value is 8 is actually inserted in the position 4. So this is how you use the index function to find the position of a particular string or particular value inside a list. So I guess this clears you about the append, insert and index functions. So let's move on to our next topic. So sometimes you come to a situation where you extend the list X with values from another list. So for that particular activity we use an extend function. So let me show you how to use it. Now take another list Y, and suppose it has values 9, 10 and 11. Now if I want to extend X, I would just say x dot extend, and here in the iterable, right, usually we use iterables. So what we need to do is that we need to give the value y, list y, and all the values of list y are appended at the end of the list x. I'll show you how it works. Let me just print list x. Let's focus on the last print result set. So earlier you had a list x which had the value 6127385 because of our previous operations, and now I've taken a list y in line number 26, 9, 10 and 11. Now this 9, 10 and 11 are now added into x at the end, and this list has become all the way to 6 from 6 1 2 3 7 1 2 7 3 8 4 5 9 10 and 11. So this is how you use an extend function. Now suppose if I want to append y with x, it would be the same thing. So all I have to do is y dot extend x. Now let's see what happens to the list y after this operation. So let me just go ahead and execute it. Now if you see, the list y, which is 9 10 11, got appended with the list x, which was already appended with y. So 6 1 2 7 3 8 4 5 9 10 11 are added at the end of list y's 9 10 11. So this is how you use the extend function. Now if I want to clear all the contents of list y, which already has the values 9 10 11 6 1 2 7 3 8 4 5 9 10 11, all I have to do is y dot clear. Now when I do y dot clear and I print y, what will happen is all the values in the list y are removed and the list y is printed here. So let's run this particular query and see what happens. Let's focus on the last two result sets. So after the extend function with x for y, we have this complete list starting with 9 and ending with 9 10 11, and when I did y dot clear, it just simply wiped out the complete data in the list y. So this is how a clear function clears out the data from the list. Okay. So now that you have cleared everything in y, suppose you want to take the complete list x and you want to add it into y, you can make a copy of that. So if I say y equal to x dot copy, then what would happen is all the records which are present in x. So currently if you take this particular result set, that is 1 2 3, the third from the last, if you take the third from the last, x has 6 1 2 7 3 8 4 5 9 10 11 list. Now when I do y is equal to x dot copy and I just print value of y, then what will happen is the copy of x is loaded into y and that value is printed. So let's go ahead and execute this and see how it functions. Let's focus on the last result set. So we have taken y, we have extended with the x, so we found that this list doesn't make sense, so we cleared out the list, and now we have copied the x into y. So when you print y in line number 38, you can see that the final result set would result out the same result set as x, which is printing out the value 6 1 2 7 3 8 4 5 9 10 11, which is an exact replica of x that is currently determined. So this is the copy function. So now we have seen the population part. Now let's slowly move into the clearance part and removal of items and all. Okay. Now suppose in this list y, if I want to remove a particular value, say if I want to remove 7 from this particular list from y, then all I have to do is use a function called as y dot pop, and in the pop you give the index, means the position where that particular value is. So here if you look, 6 is at index 0, 1 is as index 1, 2 is at index 2, 7 is at index 3. So when I do y dot pop 3, and if I print y, so you will see that the value 7 is removed from the list y, which is currently 6, 1, 2, 7, 3, 8, 4, 5, 9, 10, 11, and it will print out the remaining values in the list. So you can see here, so 7, which was in position number 3, that has gotten removed, and the remaining list is returned to us. So this is how a pop function is used to remove a particular value. Now moving to next. Now that you have learned something about pop, suppose you are in a situation where you don't know where that particular value is located in the list. Suppose here you don't know at which position 9 is located at. Then you can use a function called as remove. So y dot remove, and you give the object value. So if you say remove 9, so and I print y, okay, now you can see in this particular list y, whichever is there, the 9 is present in the third from the last position. So when I do that and execute this particular query, what will happen is that the value 9 is found in the list and removed. So you can see 9, this 9 is removed from this list. Okay. Now suppose what will happen if you have 9 in multiple locations like this scenario. Okay, so let's go there. So it is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th position from bottom. So let me just go ahead and do a y dot remove of say value 10 from the list. Okay, so let me do that. So that would be this position where I have extended y with this thing. So I'll just place it here. So I said y dot remove remove say value 10, and if I print y, let us see what happens. So if after running this, you can find that the value 10 is present in 2 positions, but what happened is that only one value is removed. The first and the foremost value that comes in the list is removed when you use a particular value remove function in 10. So you need to remember, when there is a repetition or duplicate in the list, then your remove function will remove only the first value, okay, that matches the current value. But if you don't know the position and you want to remove a particular value, and if you're sure that your list doesn't have any duplicates, then what you can do is that you can simply use the remove function of that particular value 9, or if you know the position where the value is, you can always use pop function for removal of that particular value. So running this again, so I have removed that particular function. So you can see this is my current list y. Now I have cleared all the additional result sets and functions and all. Now we have let's consider y is equal to extend x. Now you see in this particular list you have 9 repeating multiple number of times, 10 repeating number of times, and 11 repeating number of times. So to count how many times a particular item has occurred in the list, you can use a simple function called as count. So I'll do a y dot count, and that particular value that I'm going to count is an object. So here, suppose if I want to count the value how many times 11 has occurred, so when I do print of this, it will give me the result set 2, means 11 has occurred 2 times. Now let me just go ahead and add some more duplicates to the list y. And try out the count once again. So I have extended y with twice, so 11 should come another 2 times at least. So here you can see the 11 has been added to this thing. So there are total 11 occurs 4 times, 1, 2, 3, and 4 times in the list of y. So when I perform the count operation, you can see that the value 11 has occurred 4 times in the list. Now suppose if you want to sort this data, sorting large lists is a difficult operation to do it manually, right? So Python gives you a function called as sort. Now if I do y dot sort, and if I print y, then what the sort function does is that it arranges the particular values in ascending order. So you'll find it as 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11, right? That is a sequence you are hoping for. So now if I print y, what will happen is that 1 has occurred 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. These have occurred in arranging order. So this is how you use a sort function. Now that you have the list ascended, suppose if you want to get the descending of this, so what you can do is you can get the reverse of it. So if I do y dot reverse, and if I print y, here earlier it was printing as 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. So when I do reverse, the reverse operation will reverse my particular list and give me the output. So currently the list is ordered as 11 to 1. So these are some functions related to lists. I hope you had fun learning these functions. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you had fun learning about lists and their usage in Python. I hope these sessions are helping you with machine learning and data science. For more videos such as this, please subscribe to my YouTube channel all about data.